Continuing on with our Sopranos Con coverage, sadly, we're at almost the very end. And so I saved Sylvia for almost the very end because the better you get, the best is for last, so to speak, you could say. So here is Sylvia. Sylvia, please tell everyone how you pronounce your last name because I can't remember.
Spross or Spross or Spross.
Now, the reason that I insisted that she go on camera is because oftentimes what I find, I was so blessed to finally be able to interview her husband yesterday. And who is your husband?
Robert Miano.
And everybody knows who he is, of course. So oftentimes we find that people don't always get a chance to go in front of the camera. And she is not just a wife, she's not just his significant other, but more importantly, she is just about 50,000 different cool things. And most importantly, she looks like a gypsy / hippie right now. Isn't this just amazing? Look at this right now. So very, very humble people. So Sylvia, thank you for giving me some time today.
Thank you.
I think we should probably start off with you being an actress. I asked Robert this question. I'll start off asking you the same thing, which is when you work with your partner and you live with your partner, you're together all the time. And so sometimes that's a blessed event and everything is wonderful, and sometimes you want to kill that person. I should know. So I'm curious to ask you, when you're on a set together or when you're working together, what is that experience like? Because you are together all the time.
You want to hear the good or the bad first?
Oh, you could be honest because he was very honest. I think he said it can be very challenging sometimes.
Okay, so there's one thing that the good first. I have him watch when I do a scene.
Okay.
I like that because sometimes you don't know if you really got it, if you know
Sure.
how well you did. And there's something so rewarding when you see your husband going,
Yes.
and then you kind of like, because you really trust that person.
Absolutely.
Everybody else say, no, that was great, let's move on. And then if you, like, he gives me the no, and can I have one more take?
Oh, lovely.
So that is really nice, having that like support.
Absolutely.
And I met him,
Oh, yes.
with my
You
acting
told the
coach,
story
so
yesterday.
I trust him. And then the not so good is if you're in a scene together, you can't give the nod.
Yes, absolutely.
You're fighting it out, and he loves the spotlight.
Oh my gosh.
So sometimes he will just kind of run over.
Oh,
you.
sure.
And it's all about, why are you putting the camera over there? It should be over there. It should be kind of like,
I gotcha.
So it's a bit about him.
I'm
And then we
sure.
had one incident where he grabbed, he likes to improvise, which is great. He grabbed those fake flowers and opened the door and just gave that woman those fake flowers. And we were all kind of like, they look really fake. Like,
Sure.
this is not cool. And even the other actress was like, what the fuck are you, sorry. What
That's
are you
fine.
doing with those flowers? And then we all kind of had this, nobody had the courage to say anything, but he's
Sure.
my husband.
Oh,
It's
right.
like, you gotta lose the flowers.
Oh my
He
gosh,
got
look at
so
that.
mad about it.
Oh,
Still
yes,
to
I
this
had heard.
day, the freaking fake flowers.
Would
So,
you
yeah.
would you think it's fair to say that you almost learned from each other? Has he ever looked at you and said, "Wife, I have learned something from you, even though I've been an actor for years and years and years"? Have you passed on anything to him?
Me passing to him?
Yes.
I don't think well, maybe, I mean, let's say when we do self-tapes,
Yes.
he fights me, whatever I say,
Oh gosh.
and then he does it anyway. I mean, then he listens, but he
I
fights
getcha.
me.
I
He don't
getcha.
do it.
Sure.
So maybe, yeah, he is
Sure.
learning from me in that sense, but because on the other side of the camera you see different things, right?
Gotcha.
When he has the hat on and it's just too deep, like it's too much shadow, like come on, bring your chin up or bring the, don't tell me what to do.
Gotcha.
And then he does it, so.
I getcha. Now, I have looked and I see here that you have done, unless IMDb is wrong, 53 films as an actress to date. Does that sound about
That's
right?
good.
So I want to ask you, you jump around, whereas, obviously his body of work is very different. I'm not going to compare you. What I want to know is when you are picking out these roles, playing the actress part, I can see where one of the things that you probably could do more of, and this is just a personal assessment, I see you as a very lighthearted, romantic comedy kind of girl. And I don't see a lot of that represented here. So I'm curious if you choose a particular genre that you're comfortable with, or is it just kind of this is how it's played out over time?
I'd love to do comedy. That's the thing. I'd love to do something light in comedy. But somehow the work that does come to me,
Right.
it's kind of dark and gritty, which is great too. Like
Right. Oh,
drug
sure.
addict, prostitute. I
Right.
fucking love it. No, those are great roles. I think my problem is probably is my headshots. I need to
Sure.
have more of a comedic headshot.
I gotcha.
Kind of serious.
Oh,
So
yes.
I need to market myself maybe differently.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes down to you being an actress, when you were building yourself up, literally establishing yourself, when you go into that room and you audition, tell me something about yourself that you bring to the table that you think other actors may not.
Yeah, that's interesting. Penny Allen, who was an amazing acting coach from the Actor Studio, who sadly left us or passed, she always said that, what is it that's different? What is it about you? And I think a certain sensitivity that I have, I'm kind of emotional.
Yes.
So maybe I can bring that, but maybe other people bring that too. But I think maybe that's a little thing that I have that I can easily tap into.
I've got you. Now, you of course live the life where you're in the industry, so the cameras are rolling and you guys are busy and you're making movies and doing all of this. So I want to ask you, film today versus film, let's say 20 years ago, when you, or how long ago when you first started out, because Robert didn't mention specifically, so we'll leave it at that. But how have things changed for you in terms of how do you view the industry now that you've learned and been in it? And
Oh, well, one thing that I'm smiling about, I look so good on film. I don't know, it adds 5 kilos.
Okay.
And somehow my face looked so good on film.
Oh my gosh.
And I was so sad when film became more digital.
Oh, right.
Like,
Oh, yes.
You know, when the gradation from black to white
Oh, right.
is different. Like, you can see everything.
Sure.
Versus film is such a smooth picture.
Absolutely.
Like black and white. And
I
all that
gotcha.
stuff. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Other than that, I mean, back in the days in New York, you would get backstage and you see the castings.
Right.
And I literally would put it all in the envelope, and the key was to drop it off that night.
I gotcha.
I would go at 1 o'clock in the morning to the mailbox and drop off my envelopes with the headshots.
Okay.
Because then I knew it would arrive in the morning.
Okay.
In the morning mail, so they would look at your headshots first.
Yes.
And I got a lot of auditions that way.
I guess.
So now it's all about, you know, hitting that button right away. It's all online.
Yes.
And they get like 5,000
Oh, God,
submissions.
yeah. Competition.
Before, and that was back in New York. Now I'm in LA. But before, I probably didn't get that many.
You betcha.
So there was kind of like that speed that really worked. Yeah.
Oh, you got. I admire you guys so much because, like I said, I've always said I can't deal with all this competition and all of this. You know, just have to look a certain way, sit a certain way, do all of that. It can be very daunting, of course. Now, before this, I heard that you did work with puppets. Memory serves me correctly.
Bony fats.
Have to tell the folks about that.
Oh my God. Well, it started actually in Switzerland. I worked in a bank. I finished business college, and I really wanted to do theater.
Sure.
And so I kind of was in between jobs. I was stamping, and then on the side, I met this guy in the Zurich subway area. He was playing the guitar and had tap shoes on and a harmonica. And for some reason, they were selling puppets, hand puppets at the same time. So I bought one of those hand puppets, and I just went next to him and I started playing with it. And all of a sudden, people came, and in Switzerland, you can make money.
Oh, gotcha.
Pretty well.
Sure.
Especially in the trade station. So that kind of started. And they were like, we should be a team. And my boyfriend at the time was a magician. So he was doing magic tricks. I was playing with the puppet. And then I put little baby tap shoes on the puppet.
Oh my
So when I
goodness.
moved the puppet, it would like do like this weird tapping at the same time. And then we became like this weird trio and would go throughout the city making money like that. And then I learned about magic.
Oh,
so
sure.
we do magic tricks and telepathy tricks where I was blindfolded and the puppet would give the answers.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Now, is this something that you still get to do, or would you enjoy doing it again at some point? I know you're in LA, but still, you know what I
You
mean?
know, it's crazy because then we went to New York. We did it in Central Park. And it became too much. I started dreaming that the puppet was talking to me. Because there's something interesting. When you have a puppet, the puppet can say anything it wants.
Sure.
It's your inner desire to say those things, but you would never say them.
Kind of like somebody having an inner killer. 'cause from
Yeah,
what
so
I
the
hear,
puppet
yeah.
it could move the tongue and the mouth and the hands. So it would, you know, kind of say all my inner demons would come out. And then when the puppet started talking to me, that was like, okay, that's too much.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
Take a break. How freaky is that? And then
Twilight Zone-ish.
somehow that puppet is still, I still have that puppet. Somehow that puppet came back in a theater show.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I was part of this theater group, and he knew about the puppet, so he
Sure.
wrote a role for me to play with the puppet.
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
that mouth came out again. So, so I still have it. I haven't done it lately, but
Oh my goodness.
if I had it here.
Oh, you betcha.
But he's very perverted. Like, he's very, yeah.
Oh my
He
God.
humps
Moving
everything.
along there.
Sorry.
Now I have to ask about the writing component because I know you write and write with your husband as well as far as that goes. So with your daily life now as it stands, there's the actress, there's the writer, there's just all of the facets of the things that you do. So nowadays, would you prefer to be doing writing or acting, or where would you stand on that?
I want to do it all.
I knew it.
Oh,
Don't we all?
yeah.
We just want to do it all,
I
don't we?
want to do it all. I mean, I take classes, which gives me deadlines,
Sure.
which is good. Like, I can't just be at home and say, I'm going to start writing.
Oh, gotcha.
It helps me to have, like, a teacher say, okay, by then I need to see your treatment.
Oh God, yes. Deadlines
And then you have
are
to
good.
present it, and this Santa Monica College is amazing. The teacher invites professional showrunners, and so you pitch to them,
Oh my
and they
gosh.
give you feedback. And so you learn, and then you can improve, and So,
Oh, of course. You bet.
so it's kind of like I do it during a semester. Now the semester is off. I'm kind of back into the acting, and
You betcha.
But yeah, I want to do it all.
Oh, look at that. So now if I were to ask you if people want to see some of your work, or where can they either meet you or see, do you have a project coming out in the near future?
Well, yeah, we just finished the
Night
Detox
Killer?
and the Night Caller. My
The
God,
Night
yeah,
Caller.
the Night
Excuse
Caller.
me. And I know
My
that's,
God.
we know about
I never
that.
thought I would like horror. And I mean, all those horror movies. But now when it's all, the movies that we've done is not special effects, it's practical effects.
Sure.
So that means the blood is on set. The head gets, the sculpting is happening in front of your eyes. But because it's practical, you know the
Oh,
person,
sure.
you know it's fake. And when he looks good, you're like, wow, this is beautiful.
Oh no, I agree.
Sick.
It is. But it is beautiful, just the way that they do effects, the way they do everything. It's just
art.
amazing.
Yeah.
You bet. And you can go on IMDb because all that stuff is listed on there. Her husband is listed on there. She's got an Instagram. I'm betting she has a Facebook.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
I do. Yes, you do, because I looked as well. I got you.
Oh, you're good.
So the last thing that I want to say to you before I do my very last interview is that I know that I speak for Michael and myself when I say that you are most definitely one of the most interesting and inspiring people we've met here. You're so free-spirited and lighthearted, and you've made him not only a terrific actor, he was to begin with, but you can always see that you really are very inspiring. And thank you so much for coming here to do this.
Thank you.